Hello and a very warm welcome to Bharata First. I'm Frank Pereira. This is FRP Explains. First, I would like to talk about Bharata First Knowledge Center, which has been launched for your benefit. It's a learning experience like none other, and it will help you in your competitive exams journey. Not just that, it will prepare you to meet life's challenges in a better way as well and make you a better Bharatiya. More details you can get at kc.bharatafirst.com. You can also register as soon as possible because there's an early bird limited period offer. Please make full use of it. Go through the website to understand what the Knowledge Center is all about. You can also watch a video that is on the website and that I'm going to put here in the description box below on the Knowledge Center that I made earlier so that you can have a better idea of the Knowledge Center, and you can go through the FAQ section on the website in case you have any further doubts. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon and then all notifications so that you don't miss an update from Bharata First. And do spread the word about Bharata First and share the video as well so that more people get to know about us. Right then, today I'm going to speak about a 24-year-old woman called Neha Goyal. Who is she? Well, she is someone who is making us all proud. She is the pride of the nation, and hers is a truly inspirational story that each and every Bharatiya needs to know about. She comes from a really humble background, but she has achieved great things in life, and we should aspire to be like her. If not a sportsman, at least learn the life values that she has been living and try and inculcate them in ourselves too. So the Indian hockey team for the Tokyo Olympics was announced on Thursday. It's a 16-member team and Neha Goyal's name appeared in the final list of 16. She is a midfielder, only 4 feet 9 inches tall, but she is a pocket dynamo, and despite all the turmoils and trials that she has gone through in life, she always has a smile on her face, telling us that nothing is impossible, and with a smile you can conquer the world. She is from Sonepat in Haryana, and she comes from a very humble background and had a terrible childhood. Her father would get drunk, use the filthiest of language, and beat up his wife and 3 children at home. They were a family of 5 living in a small little dingy room on a drain. And before you could take even 8 to 10 steps, the house would get over. Her mother was working as a domestic help. This is 13 years ago. And she was also working in a cycle factory fixing spokes. Later on, she and her 3 children started to work in the cycle factory, and they would earn about 2,000 rupees a month. The father was a drunk, never worked, so he would only abuse them and thrash them and nothing else. So they took all of this. Despite all these problems, the mother has brought up the children well, and the mother decided to keep Neha Goyal away from an abusive father and decided to send her to a hockey academy in Sonepat itself, run by an Arjuna awardee who has done a great job at training these girls too. I must confess that this is not a story that I have done. It's a story that appeared in the Indian Express and it was shared by one of my teammates. And the moment I read it, I had goosebumps and I had tears in my eyes because it is such an inspirational story. The story of a mother doing so much for her children. The story of a child giving it her best. The story of a coach who never gave up on this little girl and ensured that she got the best. She had no money, she had no shoes, she had nothing with her. Despite that, the coach ensured that she gave her 2 square meals, spoke to her parents, encouraged her to send this girl to the academy, gave her a kit, gave her a hockey stick, gave her everything that she required. and she is now representing India and doing us all so very proud. So there are so many emotional stories attached to this, and it really makes you feel so very proud and fills you up with emotions that you can't really control. And that's why I decided to talk about this young lady, Neha Goyal, because it's such an inspirational story. Now, continuing with the story, she was playing a match once against Gurgaon, a inter-district match, and she was playing badly in the first half. So the coach called her and asked her what the problem was, and then she lifted her foot and she said that she showed her that there was a big hole in her shoe. So the coach's husband, who was also a sportsman, quickly ran across and bought some shoes and came back, and then they gave her new shoes, and she played with those shoes, and she was the best player on the field. She wreaked havoc with the opposition team, scored 2 goals as well. And that is how determined this girl was. And despite all her troubles, despite her background, she never let it really come and get to her playing career. Even her teammates and everybody else talks about how she always plays with a smile. What is even better is now she is employed with the railways, and she's been donating her kits, and she's been contributing and giving back to the academy as well, because the academy has given her so much. She continues to give back to the academy, she continues to give back her kits and everything else, and she's also now moved in from that dingy little place into a high-rise building on the highway, and she's living with the other sportsmen, including the sports people, including the Fogart sisters, and the coach too lives there. And 2 of her rooms that she has in her house, I'm sorry about this noise, there is some construction work going on in the house above. This is India, these things happen. So I'm going to try and quickly finish this story. Apologies once again for the noises that you're hearing right now. So yeah, so she's kept aside 2 rooms in her house specifically for underprivileged children, and many of these underprivileged children continue to stay in her apartment, and she supports them. Young girls like her, once upon a time, who needed support, she is supporting them firsthand and continues to give back to society, give back to who gave her something in the first place. So this is the story that I want to convey to you. This is what we need to do as human beings as well, and be better individuals. Just give back a little bit to society. If Neha Goyal can do it, we too can do it. Just build a better world for all of us to live in. Such an inspirational story. She has really inspired me. She has touched an emotional chord with me, and she has touched my mind and my heart, and I really wish her and the rest of the Indian contingent and the rest of the Indian team to do well in Tokyo. Let's hope that we perform far better than we have in the previous years. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of FRP Explains. If you like the content, please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and then all notifications. Once again, let me remind you about the Bharata First Knowledge Center, which has been launched for your benefit. Please register now at kc.bharatafirst.com and ensure that you reap the early bird limited period offer. It's a learning experience like none other. It will prepare you for your competitive exams, and it will prepare you for life itself. So do log in to kc.bharatafirst.com and register now. If you would like to come forward and make a contribution with regards to our content, if you like the content, you can come forward and contribute. A small contribution that you make will go a long way in us bringing you this content. These are the UPI IDs through which you can make a small contribution. In case you have trouble with UPI IDs, you can click on the payment link in the description box below and follow the steps. That's it from me. See you again next time.